Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the next episode of Supernatural Season 6. The last episode that we watched together was the mid-season finale, Appointment in Samara, and we finally have the return of Sam's soul. I'm so happy to see it back. I was thinking about this before and I just think I was kind of getting, not bored of the storyline with Sam having no soul, but I was ready for it to end. It'd be going on for long enough, and I was thinking about the fact that there's so many shows that exist where the protagonist or one of the main protagonists is not necessarily a good character or not necessarily the most likable character, but you root for them anyway. Take the show called You, which is on at the moment. Like, the main character on that is a obsessive stalker, killer, but you kind of find it fascinating to watch him do what he does. But with Sam, it was getting a bit boring for me to kind of the things he was doing because of the no soul. I thought it was interesting at first, and the idea of him trying to carry on doing the same job whilst also not really caring. But then coming to discover that maybe he does want the soul back was interesting. But the last couple of episodes when he did a bit of a U-turn, didn't want the soul back, and then went to kill Bobby, I was like, absolutely not, I am done with this, get his soul back now. And he does, with the caveat that it's the bad stuff's behind a wall, so don't scratch or something bad's going to happen, which will happen, I presume, eventually. Just maybe not right away. I think a few episodes are going to be dealing with how Sam feels and how he is, that he's back to being him, and hopefully the more compassionate Sam that we used to know. And that maybe towards the end of the season we're going to have that wall coming down. But we'll see. Last episode we also had the return of Death and Tess. Death's so cool. I really love that actor. Is it Julian Riching? Something like that? He's awesome. He's really charismatic and threatening without being like too dominant. He's not like shouting over the top. He's very slow, well spoken. Like, most people show me respect. He's just so perfect at that role, and I'm excited to see hopefully him again at some point because he's awesome. And there was all the emotional stuff with Dean, as expected, having to kill someone as Death easily. It was a morally easy choice, and then it got harder and harder, and then the butterfly effect of that choice that he made. So that was a really interesting episode to watch. I really enjoyed that one. This episode, however, is called Like a Virgin, like the Madonna song. This episode. So obviously we've got Sam's soul back. So I do wonder whether it's going to be a Monster of the Week episode to kind of ease us back into what would have been the second half of the season after a break. Whether it's going to carry on with any of the main storylines. Which, speaking of the main storylines, I don't know what the last half of the season's gonna focus on, because initially it was alphas. We're collecting alphas to give to Samuel. Why? We found out he's working for Crowley. Why does he want the alphas to find Purgatory? Well, Crowley is dead at the moment. Still suspicious. I still think he's going to come back. But because Crowley is dead, we don't need to collect these alphas anymore because we're not working with Samuel and him to find Purgatory. Unless you still want to know what Purgatory is for. That whole thing is, at the moment, till Crowley comes back, surely gone. Because they're not working with Crowley anymore because he's gone. So we don't need to find Purgatory, so we don't need to find the alphas. On top of that, we're not friends with Samuel anymore because he's betrayed us, so we don't need to work with him and the Campbell lot. So, what's the next half of the season going to focus on? I don't know. Unless we do just look for alphas because it's good to stop them if they're building armies, like we saw the vampire one was building an army, the shapeshifter one was having more kids to try and build an army, so maybe we focus on stopping the alphas, or there's going to be a whole new thing introduced for the second half of the season. But then I think Samuel and Crowley will find a way to creep back into the storyline because I don't see them as gone from the show yet. So we'll see. Let's jump into the episode to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think of the episode and the reaction. And if you want to watch the full reaction to this episode, please take a look at the Patreon link in the description box below to watch every episode of Season 6, the full unedited reactions, as well as the last bunch of Season 5. And on Patreon, we're a couple of months ahead of YouTube, if not more at this point. So yeah, please take a look over there. Let's jump into Supernatural Season 6, Episode 12, Like a Virgin. Like a virgin. Ooh. Ooh. Touch for the very first time. Like a virgin. Yeah, I didn't really guess what the episode was about because of the title. Maybe Virgin's going to get killed. That's the only thing I can really think of from the actual title. What it would mean. Or it's a Madonna episode. I don't know. We've had Paris Hilton, so why not Madonna? Oh, absolutely hot. I wouldn't want to be that during a storm.
Look, can we just land? Please? couple minutes. All right, we're close. I'm sorry.
What bad thing's going to happen to her in the sky? The what is that?
What was that?
Look at someplace nice.
Okay.
Oh god.
Waves on a beach.
Bye. God. Can you imagine how scared you would be? Oh, woman! I bet you'd be absolutely cacking yourself.
Well, his soul is in place.
Good. Is he okay?
See if we're gonna wake up. I'm not a human doctor, Dane. Could you take a guess? Okay. Probably not.
Oh, well, don't sugarcoat
What?
it.
I'm sorry, Dean, but I warned you not to put that thing back inside him.
What was I supposed to do? Let T-1000 walk around? Hope he
Yeah.
doesn't open fire?
Let me tell you,
I would have put it back in.
his soul felt like when I touched it. Like it had been skinned alive, Dean. If you wanted to kill your brother, you should have done it outright.
Pilot was found 17 miles away, flambéed. Girl's just gone. No body, no nothing.
I wonder what it is.
Okay, I'm not changing the channel.
Hello?
Say?
Even his face, he looked like Sam again. Oh god. Don't cry. Why do I want to cry? Stop being stupid.
Wait, I saw you. I felt Lucifer snap your neck.
Well, Cass kind
Cass is alive?
So he has no idea.
Sam, are you okay?
He has no memory of any of it.
Actually, I'm starving.
You really don't remember
Let's be glad.
He needs... Don't start keeping
Remember all
stuff.
that hell.
Don't start keeping stuff.
How long was I gone?
About a year and a half.
Oh no.
I was downstairs. I don't remember anything. So how'd I get back? Was it Cass?
Oh, it's so nice to see him again.
Not exactly.
Dean, tell him. At least that he was back.
Death? The Horseman?
I had leverage. Slate's wiped.
Well, isn't this just neat and clean?
Yes, it is. For once.
Dean, these two, I swear to God, I'm going to murder them both.
Is there anything else I should know?
Do you not think he needs to know not to scratch at that wall in his head?
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't know not to, if he gets the itch.
Sorry, I'm having a bit of a hard time even looking at him.
I get that though.
Maybe it wasn't all Sam, but it was him, Dean.
Well, what do you want to do, Bobby? You want to tell him everything?
No, just wish I could, that's all.
Yeah, but if we start throwing
You
that
should at
rock
least
at him,
know
we
that
know
he
what's
was
gonna happen.
back.
It could crack the wall.
I know.
Without a
So you know
soul.
what? As far as I'm concerned, it's a gift horse.
He's gonna find out, you know.
Yeah.
One way or another, someone will tell him or he'll figure it out on his own. He's not dumb. He should hear it from us.
I agree.
Yeah. You two enjoy catching up, okay?
See, Sam's not stupid. He knows that something's up.
What was that?
1 part age, 3 parts liquor.
You do remember you promised that, right?
Yeah, I remember.
You could say,
Why
I
didn't you
tried, didn't work out.
Makes you think I didn't?
Because look at you. Look at this. You're exactly the same.
Yeah, you're probably right.
If I was Sam, I'd be so...
I was with him for a year.
Okay, good.
Lisa
Good.
and Ben.
Just so, like, frustrated.
A year. So then what?
Didn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, that is true. Partially.
So if you don't mind,
I understand. Really, I do. I know how hard this must be. We just like to figure out what happened.
See, this is the sound I want.
Quick, I promise.
A nice, compassionate Sam.
fine, come in.
I think even Dean's happy to have that back.
I have another theory. Penny's diary.
Did you steal that from her room?
God.
I love that you even asked me that.
And why wouldn't I?
No reason. So, girl nappings. What if it's not about religion? What if it's
Look how good he looks in that shirt. Holy shit.
You mean you think they're all
virgins, Sam. Virgins.
Oh, okay.
Penny was 22.
Makes sense with the title.
Pink room.
So?
And stuffed
Like
teddy
a
bears.
virgin. Ooh. Definitely feels like something that flies. What the hell is it? I want to see it. Oh,
It happened so fast.
she survived.
It's all right, Melissa.
It looked like a giant bat. You think I'm making it up, right?
Not at all.
That's how I got this.
Crikey, that looks painful.
Promise ring.
Promise ring. So,
I wouldn't.
like church, like a purity ring.
Yeah.
Look, nobody is judging anybody here. Okay, believe me, but
Are you a
should you
virgin?
really be wearing that ring?
I mean,
I mean, there's no nice way to answer that question, but it would make sense if she's not a virgin, why he didn't take her.
Matt Barn didn't count.
What do you know about dragons?
What? Nothing.
Seriously.
Well, they're not like the Loch Ness Monster, Dean. Dragons aren't real.
Could you make a few calls?
The Loch Ness Monster's real in this world?
Humor me.
Please tell me we get to see it.
Dad never wrote anything about dragons. I promise. And remember for the never-ending story in there.
The never-ending
call a skinwalker lately?
story.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Just deja vu or something.
Lord.
Are you sure? I could have sworn
You gotta remember, your eggs are still a little scrambled, right?
This is why we
Yeah,
don't
sure.
like people. What is...
Please let me go.
Alright, so it's someone who looks like a human again. Shocker.
Tell him something for me next time you see him. Actually, just kick him in the jewels. That's more poetic.
Okay. Ex-lover?
Between you two, huh?
Oh, just the opposite. It's been 700 years.
Banner crop.
It's not a long time, though.
These days, Doc.
So, you want to know how to kill it?
That's right.
Well, you need a blade.
Of course we do. Another one.
Okay, what kind of blade?
One forged with dragon's blood.
So you need one to kill one, but you gotta kill one
Was
to
that
make
thunder I
one.
just
How's that
heard?
work out?
And there's the Sword of St. George, and of course there's Excalibur, and
You
there's...
know a lot about this stuff, don't you?
Well, I sure as hell better.
Yeah, I could say. She's a medieval
I
studies.
have one in the basement.
That is not real. Is that real?
I miss... What was she called in season 3?
Excalibur?
No.
Better...
This
No,
is the sword of
Bella?
Brunswick.
Belle? I can't remember what her name was.
Love of my life.
Face then.
Oh, son of a bitch, that's really on there.
What happened this last year?
Oh, God. He needs to know.
Had its moments.
Maybe
No
not.
more than usual.
Another time.
Got nothing to do with you, Sam. How could it?
Right, of course.
Call me if you need anything.
Oh.
I just talked to Bobby. He told me everything that happened.
Frankly, I'm surprised that you survived.
Oh, God.
I was begging Dean not to do it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not like this.
I can understand.
Not like this.
You know, it's a miracle it didn't kill you.
Yeah. Miracle, all right.
Oh, God.
So how does it feel?
What?
Well, to have your soul back, of course.
Oh, God. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Right. Because I was walking around with no soul. Really good, guys. Real good.
I'd be surprised if that works. Oh. Oh, no.
You get insurance for this, right?
Oh no.
Where do you think you're gonna stick that?
I've seen him in something before. I feel like he's an actor that's been in a lot of things.
Where do you get that?
Comic-Con.
Who's that? It's not the same guy, is it? No, it's good. I like somebody different. Go Dean, do some kung fu shit. What's the other one in the back? Yes, yes, do it. Bye, bitch. No, he's gone.
So sorry. I can't even begin to say.
For what?
You know what?
At least he's handling it well.
With Bobby?
Cass.
Freaking child.
No,
You should have told me.
you just
Dean.
told the
You
truth.
weren't supposed to know.
What I did? Of course I should know.
Sam, death didn't just shove your soul back in, okay? He put up the Great Wall of Sam between you and the things that you don't remember. And trust me when I say that the things you don't know could kill you. That's not a joke.
Right.
See?
But I had to set things right. What I can.
See how well he's reacted to it? It's Dean that's got the bigger
You know, I
problem
kinda
here.
feel like I got to live the worst Mickey of all time. And I woke up to find out that I had burnt the whole city down.
Something like that, yeah.
But I gotta fix what I gotta fix.
Yeah.
So I need to know what I did.
But you don't know how dangerous that could be.
What would you do? Right. Same thing.
Sam.
Should have told him from the start. I'll say that over and over again.
You ought to see. Oh, and FYI, that ain't paper.
Skin?
It's human skin.
Blech.
It basically describes this place. It's like the backside of your worst nightmares. It's all blood and bone and darkness, filled with the bodies and souls of all things hungry, sharp, and nasty.
What? Purgatory?
According to this, it goes by many names, most of which I can't pronounce.
Purgatory, I bet you. Bet
I'm
you.
thinking you know purgatory.
Purgatory. So you're saying that these dragon freaks were squatting in the sewers and reading tone poems about purgatory?
You're reading an instruction manual.
How to get to it.
If you're nuts enough to want access to a place that gnarly, this book will show you how to open a door.
What is this? Hello? This was like Hellmouth and Buffy. Poor woman.
This ain't talking about how to take a vacation over there. This is all about opening a door to let something in.
Bringing something here. What?
I'm working on it. I got a name.
Okay.
Mother?
Mother.
Mother.
Mother of what? Mother of dragons?
I wish.
Mother of all evil.
Says it a few times here. Mother of all.
Oh no. God. Hi.
You kept me waiting.
What the hell does mother of all mean?
I don't know.
The mother. Oh God.
We have so much to do. Let's get started.
Okay, that was my reaction to Supernatural Season 6, Episode 12, Like a Virgin. And as I kind of guessed, it was an episode about virgins and someone killing virgins. Now, let's talk about the monster first. When we saw at the beginning when they were in the plane and something winged flew by, I got really excited. And then another girl got attacked by a big bat creature. Again, got really excited because it's very rare in this show that we just have like a proper creature. We had like the Wendigo and I think one or two here and there, but more often than not, it's something that's possessing a human, or looks like a human with a different colour eye, or something else with a human. And ultimately, I've said this in comments before, I found it a little disappointing because just because I watch shows like Buffy, X-Files, Charmed, whatever, where you got so many different kinds of monsters, I think that's really visually quite cool. I got very excited. And then even when we first saw the girls in the sewer under the grate, we saw something come down with wings, I was like, we're going to see something really cool. But then it turned into a human again. And I apologise if my reaction to that is disappointing, because I was just a bit of an eye roll, like, okay, it's another human-looking creature, which we'll get to the other human-looking creature right at the end of the episode, but we'll get to that. But I was just a little disappointed because it teased something visually cool, this big winged bat creature. And we never really got to see it in its natural form, because we did see something that looked kind of black with wings. Kind of gave me vibes of, there's an episode of X-Files I can think of, I think it's season 8, where there's like a winged thing that attacks people. And I was hoping it'd be something like that. Just something visually different, especially once we learned that it was a dragon. Dragons are part of mythology, and they are actually real. Maybe not the same dragons that we're thinking of, the huge, ginormous, fire-breathing things, but a form of that. I was excited to see what they did with it. Ultimately, a little disappointed with where they went with its design, because it could have been something really unique and memorable for the show. And I hope at some point there is more stuff like that, but I don't know if there will be, because I get from a financial point of view, doing something that looks kind of human or turned into a human most of the time is cheaper to do, because you only have to hire an actor rather than CGI or practical effects or all this jazz, minus the little hands and the eyes, whatever. But yeah, I was just hoping for something a bit different with that. But I like the storyline that it was something that was capturing these virgins. One got attacked because it turned out she wasn't a virgin, so he didn't kill her, or capture her at least. And the fact that it was a dragon was a good idea. I like the fact that it was something different. And we had to go and find out this medieval professor who could teach us about dragons in mythology and how they are real. And we have to have like this sort of Excalibur to kill them. And there was that really funny scene where Dean was trying to pull the sword out of the rock, and there was the music playing, the triumphant music, as he was like, and then he would fall off, and you know, that face that was really, really struggling to get it out, because he's not like the hero of ages or whatever they said he was going to be. I thought maybe it would be Sam because he's now back, but it wasn't. It wasn't Dean either. But instead, he just blew the rock up, broke the sword, which led him to killing one of the dragons, but the other one escaped. And we saw what they were going to do, which I'll talk about in a minute. Sam is back, and I am over the moon. Initially, I thought maybe they're going to write him out for an episode and have him just be unconscious, because Castiel did say they didn't think he'd ever wake up, or there's a chance he might not wake up. I thought, okay, maybe the episode is going to be out of action. We have a monster of the week. Sam comes back. As usual, I am wrong. He was back very quickly. Now, I'm really frustrated that they lied to him. Dean lied to him so quickly, because Bobby went to tell him. Castiel told him when they saw him. But Dean lied to him, because I get you want to protect him. You don't want that wall to come down. You want to protect him from the things that he's done. But ultimately, you're never going to keep it secret. Like, I think Bobby said, someone's going to tell him. If you don't tell him, or I don't tell him, he'll find out, or he'll remember, or something will tell him. We know the amount of times they've come up against demons, or monsters, or gods, or whatever, where one of them has said, oh, you got no soul, or you're like Yellow Eyes is after you, or something like that, or you're the special child, or you've been to hell. They always seem to know a lot about you, even if you've never met them before. So if it wasn't soon, they would come up against a monster that would be able to tell Sam that he was around for a while without a soul. Maybe Samuel would come back and tell him, or something. So it frustrated me that we kind of went back a couple of seasons to Sam and Dean don't communicate very well with each other. Well, at least Sam was very open and honest and trying to talk about how he felt. Dean wanted to protect him. I get that. I understand why he did it, but I don't agree with it at all. But it felt like very old season stuff that one of them lied to the other one, they find out. The next one lies to the other one, they find out. You know, that was very much the back and forth of the show. So Dean decided not to tell him, but even very quickly things started to kind of slip out. Sam, you remembered a Skinwalker. I'm sure, did we fight a Skinwalker recently? I remember of a Skinwalker. And little comments here and there where it was obvious to Sam, as to anyone with half a brain, that they were keeping something from him. Now, like, because I said in the episode, I would be very frustrated if I was Sam that I've just come back from hell after a year and a half in hell. People are obviously very cagey around me because of what happened with Lucifer. But also, it's obvious that no one actually gave me any straight answers. When he asked Dean about Lisa and going to spend a life with Lisa, he just went, things didn't work out. okay, like, tell me, I've just come back from hell, as far as I'm aware. I've been gone for a year and a half. What's happened? Bobby was very short with him. There was half answers about this and that and shortness, and it was just very clear that they were keeping stuff. And so I was annoyed at them. I was annoyed at Dean because he was the one that basically made Bobby lie to him. Bobby was, you could tell, was struggling with that. I wanted to tell him, and the easiest way he found to not tell him or to deal with his emotions about being around Lucifer's vessel that snapped his neck, is to kind of keep a bit of distance. But it was a shame because it was obviously he was going to find out, and he did when Castiel came and said, "Oh, I'm surprised to see you up and about. I thought he would have killed you." Yeah, here we go. But I got to really, really give it to Jared in this episode and this season because whilst I was getting bored and annoyed with his character in the first half of the season, just the way he was acting, what he was doing, Killing No Soul, this episode really cemented the fact that he played that character very well. The fact that I didn't like him, that I was getting annoyed with him, frustrated with him, blah, blah, blah. And how different he is this episode. Just the way he holds his face when he looks at people. The sympathy in his eyes. The way, when they got to the door of that girl whose roommate went missing, he was sympathising with her. The tone of his voice, the way he is, just the way he holds himself, his body, is Sam from early seasons, that the Sam that we miss. And that kind of shows how different he is. The fact that he can act so differently over the course of last episode to this episode does, to me, show how good Jared is playing the part. Sam and Dean, Jared and Jensen are both very, very good actors. And just the nature of the show, that it's usually that one-off episode where they get to try something a bit different, like the Changing Channels one, where they got to be funnier, or the Yellow Fever episode, things like that, or where they get to like show a different side of their characters, different type of performance. So it's really good to see Jared and how different he is in this episode. I really can't praise him enough. I really enjoyed it because it made me feel like this is Supernatural again. This is what I missed about earlier seasons. Whilst I enjoyed the first half of season 6 for its different sort of tone, its different storytelling, its different plot lines, it's something completely different and new and fresh. It wasn't my favourite, I'm not going to lie. Like, there was episodes I really loved, some storylines I really enjoyed, but there was some bits of it that I didn't love. Or like Samuel. And this felt like Supernatural again. This felt like a fun monster of the week. Let's go and find this winged creature that's attacking virgins. We've got Sam who's sympathising with everybody. Dean who's lying about stuff. And just the brothers being back together on the road, in motels, eating food together, having a laugh. Not that they really were like having many jokes and stuff, but it just felt like that bond was back. And it felt like Supernatural was back to me. And I loved it for that. Now it spiraled into the final scenes where we got the journal from the Dragon's Lair. It was made out of skin. It was 14th century, I think they said it was, about how to open a door to purgatory. Now, very quickly, I was like, oh, this looks like Buffy. Because if you've ever watched Buffy, or if you've not watched Buffy, the whole plot line is that she's brought to Sunnydale, the town that they moved to, because there's a hell mouth, which is underneath the town, there is a mouth to hell. And you don't really get to very much see it very often, but that whole cave where there was a big door to purgatory down at the bottom once he'd done the spell and whatnot made me laugh because it just made me feel like, oh, I'm watching a bit of Buffy again, that kind of thing. So I felt like I was at home at that point. It's like a mouth to hell, a mouth to purgatory was opening up. Threw the Virgin in, did a spell, so opened a purgatory to bring something through, which we learned was Mother. Now, back onto a point I said before about how I'm disappointed that all the bad guys are just people with different coloured eyes. Yeah, when she floated up and it was just that actress again who was the Virgin and she had red eyes, I was a bit like, okay, we'll see. I'll hold my judgment because I really liked like Lilith, Ruby, Meg. Like, some of the strong female villains are great, and the difference in her like screaming, crying, upset as the human to I felt that aura from her as Mother straight away. I'm excited to see what this is all about. Who she like? Obviously, it's their mother of all. Is it like we've got the father of all the demons that we're going after, the Alphas, the shapeshifters? Is the mother the one that started it all? Is that who she is? Is that the character? Or was that not Lilith? Was she like the first demon? So I'm excited to see what Mother means, but I'm also intrigued to know what she's here for, who she is, what her purpose is, what her powers are, because she seems like already she's got a lot of power. These dragon things very much like, not bowing down to her literally, but you could tell that she was in control, you know? And I'm excited to see more of her, because we do like a strong female character, slay. She had the cool red eyes and the burning feet and whatnot, so yeah, curious to know what this means, because I'm glad that Purgatory's back in it. I was nervous, like I said at the beginning of the episode, that all that kind of stuff in the first half of the season, not that it's finished, because it was built up so much that they can't just get rid of it, but was this what Crowley wanted? Did he want to open Purgatory to get Mother out? Because we never fully got to grips with what he wanted in Purgatory. Or is this just the fact that we've introduced Purgatory, we've got to keep Purgatory going, but this is the different part? Did Crowley want something else? And we're just keeping Purgatory because we've introduced it, and now we can use that to get something different going on, which is we're bringing Mother out and seeing what she wants. I'm hoping she's kind of like a cool, badass villain like Lilith. Because I really liked Lilith, especially when she was in The Little Girl. I thought she was really creepy. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this is all about. And I like the fact that this half of the season already, even one episode in, with Sam coming back and being himself again, and Sam and Dean going on the road again, as a good bonding couple. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Makes me feel like it's very different to the first half of the season, but also like more the old Supernatural, which we fell in love with. I know. Oh, what I forgot to say about Sam actually was when he found out about the fact that he had no soul, he was walking around, did bad stuff. He accepted it like straight away, which is why I said Dean should have just told him, because he's gonna handle it better the sooner he finds out. And luckily, he didn't drag it out for a few episodes, end of the season, whatever. They told him, well, Castiel told him within the first episode, which is really good. It's not dragged out, because sometimes storylines can be going on for too long and you get bored of it. But he handled it really well. I'll give him credit. He handled it really, really well. He really accepted it. He just went, I'm sorry for what I did, and he understood what Dean was saying. He simply felt sorry for him, all this stuff. So yeah, I think I miss this Sam. I really have. He's still big, hunky, sexy, but just the fact that he's back to the Sam that felt like an early season Sam, or at least something from before season 5, I'd say. So yeah, really like that. Really excited to see the rest of the season now. Now that it feels like we've got a different tonal shift, new villain introduced, back to old Sam and Dean, back on the road. Bobby seems to be in it a bit more. Excited to see the last half of the season. Really looking forward to watching the rest of it. Yeah, I've actually got more excitement now than I did before for this half. So yeah, let's go. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of Sam being back to Sam again, Dean not telling him but Sam finding out, the dragons, and also Mother. What are your thoughts on all that? Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and please take a look at the Patreon link down below to help. It just helps support the channel, helps me carry on doing this stuff, and also you'll get full-length reactions months ahead of YouTube over on Patreon. So yeah, please check it out. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of Supernatural Season 6. Bye guys, take care, stay safe.